He stood on the same corner of 8th and Elm every morning, gripping a cardboard sign with trembling fingers. The letters were faded, just trying to get home. He wasn't loud. He didn't shout. He simply stood, still as stone, eyes full of something that could have been sorrow or serenity, and he waited. Most people passed without a glance. Some dropped coins, some tossed insults. A few averted their eyes, guilt flickering across their faces before disappearing behind coffee cups and phone screens. Until one Tuesday, when everything began to change. Tess Monroe was late for work. Her hands were full, a bagel in one, a toddler's hand in the other, a laptop bag slung across her shoulder like a weight she was perpetually trying to shake. She wasn't the type to notice much anymore, not since her husband left, not since the second job, not since the rent hike. Life was a blur of bus stops, emails, and lukewarm coffee. But that morning, her daughter, Lily, stopped walking. "Mommy," she said, pointing, "why is that man sad?" Tess followed her finger to the man in gray. She saw his coat first, then his eyes. They met hers just briefly. It was like a jolt, recognition, maybe. Or just that raw, human ache of seeing someone so far removed from warmth, from safety. He's having a hard time," Tess said, tugging Lily along. "Then we should help," Lily said, stubborn as 5-year-olds are when they're absolutely certain of something. Tess hesitated. She wanted to say there wasn't time. That they didn't have much to give. That the world was full of people in need, and if you stopped for every one, you'd never get anywhere. But Lily was still looking. And for the first time in a long while, Tess stopped running. She knelt, fished out the granola bar from her purse, and handed it to Lily. Together, they walked back to the man. "Hi," Lily said, extending the bar like it was gold. "It's not a lot, but you can have this." The man looked down at her, surprised. He took it gently, like it might crumble if he wasn't careful. "Thank you," he said, his voice like gravel. Tess nodded. "I hope things get better," she said, awkward but sincere. He gave a faint smile. "They already have." They walked away, and Tess didn't think it would matter much. Just a granola bar. Just a smile. Just a moment. But that moment cracked something open. That man, his name was Samuel, hadn't spoken to anyone in days. He'd been a physics teacher once. Lost his wife in a car accident, lost his son to distance and silence, lost his home to grief. He had given up on people. But that little girl with big eyes and no hesitation. She reminded him that kindness still existed. That maybe, just maybe, he wasn't invisible. The next morning, he was there again. But something was different. He was standing straighter. His sign was cleaner. Someone had written on the back, "Thank you, Lily." Over the next few days, others began to notice. A man in a suit dropped off a hot coffee. A teenager handed him a scarf. A woman from the bakery brought warm bread. No one coordinated it. It just happened. Word spread. Someone posted about Samuel on a neighborhood Facebook group. A woman who used to teach with him reached out. "I know this man," she wrote. "He taught my son. He made him believe in himself." A GoFundMe page followed. It raised $1,000 in a day. By the end of the week, it was over $20,000. But the money wasn't what changed everything. It was what came with it: letters, emails, notes from students and neighbors and strangers. "You mattered to me. You helped me. I see you." And with each message, Samuel seemed to unfold, a man coming back to life. One cold morning, Tess and Lily found his corner empty. Panicked, Tess checked her phone. A new post was trending in the group. "Mr. Samuel is home." It included a photo. Samuel, clean-shaven, in a donated sweater, holding a key in one hand and a framed photo of his wife in the other. Tears streamed down his face. The caption read, "Because of a little girl's granola bar, and a neighborhood's kindness, I'm finding my way back." Tess showed Lily. She didn't quite understand it all, but she clapped. "He's not sad anymore." "No, sweetheart," Tess said softly, tears stinging her eyes. "He's not." And from that day on, something shifted in the town. People started looking up. Looking out. They remembered names. They held doors. They offered help. Because they had seen what a single act of compassion could do. Because one man stood quietly in the cold with a sign. And one little girl saw him.